Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Anime Convention Beginner's Guide. Today I'm going to talk about post-con depression. If you've been to a convention or two, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you some tips as far as how to get through it better and faster. Basically, got to keep your mind off of it and focus on maybe the next convention or well, first of all, one of the best parts of an anime convention is getting your picture taken. Most of the time, when you get home, and if you're like me, you get home, first thing you do is turn on a computer. You search Facebook or the forums or whatever to see where you've been tagged or whatever. It's a good idea. Don't expect a lot of them right away. Some people actually post them on one day at a time during the convention, so you might even find them on like Friday night or whatever. But yeah, if you want to find most of them, wait a couple of days, give people a chance to post them. I would really suggest though go to the forum on the convention's website, because that's where most of them will be first, because chances are most of the con-goers are going to be people that aren't on your Facebook or whatever. They're going to be complete strangers, and that way you can just look through, you just click on their link, you look through all their pictures, you be like, okay, there I am, and there I am, and then you'd be like, okay, friend request, great way to meet people too. If you're not a big people person, a lot of time you can still find your pictures and tag them and have them tagged. Not everybody has restrictions on their Facebook for photo viewing or whatever. Sometimes just looking up pictures on the internet isn't enough. You're going to want to look for other ways to keep your mind off of it. Keep your mind kind of moving on other stuff. The first thing you're going to want to do though is watch a comedy. I would suggest stand-up comedy because it'll keep you laughing longer, and you don't have to wait so long in between the things that are funny as opposed to like a funny movie. You might have a go-to funny movie to cheer you up or whatever, but it might not be what you need right now. Just turn on some stand-up. It's one laugh after another. If you're not having any luck with one comedian, move on to another one. There's billions of them, whatever. Whatever works for you. You might want to start planning your next convention. Go online, get your list of conventions out, and start researching some of them. You might be surprised what you find and how easily it keeps your attention. There's a lot to investigate as far as some, location, events, guests, stuff like that. It's a pretty time-consuming process, so it'll help a lot in keeping your mind busy, for the first few days or even a week or two after the convention. After you get through the first week or so, you're usually okay. You might not think it's a big deal, but it can really eat at you when you come home from a convention where you're surrounded by all these cool people, and you had all this fun, you got all this attention from your awesome costume, and you get home and you just sit and look at the walls, and you're like, well, I get to go back to work tomorrow, yay! Ugh. Start planning your next costume. Sometimes costumes take months and even years to make, and the more time you put into planning and even construction of the costume, the more time you have to do the little detail work and make it really cool. You don't have to have everything hammered out right away, but it's nice to have that extra time, just in case. And especially if you're working with, if you're looking for pieces, like in thrift stores and stuff like that, to alter or to help in the construction of your costumes, the more time you have, the better chances are of you finding the pieces you need. Some kinds of clothing you can only get certain times of year. especially if you're only shopping retail stores, if you need a certain kind of shorts for your costume, you're really only going to be able to shop from like spring to early fall. And if your costume is in the spring, and you're starting your planning process in mid to late fall, you might not get a chance to get that perfect pair of shorts. This right here, this is Blinken. This is a cat. This is one of the best ways to combat post-con depression. They're fun, they're funny, they're stubborn. What other good qualities do you have? You squeak a lot. They're really annoying when you're trying to make a video, especially when they want to get into the room and, you don't want squeaking or barking or whatever if you have a dog or a cat that barks. Sleep. You probably got like a grand total of 6 hours over the course of the last 4 days. Curled up in the corner under like a heater in the motel room, alongside the other 15 people you're staying with. Sleep in a regular bed or whatever, just, maybe you want to just zonk out for 12 hours. It's okay, you're going to need it. Well, I think that's all I've got for this episode. If you can think of anything that helps you that I didn't mention to help combat post-con depression, please let me know. Post it in the comments below, and I'll mention it in a future episode. Other than that, again, any questions or comments, post them below. If you liked what you saw, subscribe. And until next time, remember kids, only you can prevent con drama.